welcome back. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And next news.
It's sad news indeed, because obviously we don't want to see another body.
Right.
And you have reported more than one. Very, very sad.
I think we reported too often about this. Anyway, yesterday there was actually a road expansion, and they were clearing the area, and what they found is a big blue plastic tank. So the driver of this backhoe, we call it backhoe car, the driver of this backhoe just, I don't know, is it the right thing to do when you find some strange plastic tank? Should you just open the lid?
Well, you should, so you would see what's inside, wouldn't you?
I mean, like,
why would you keep it like that?
Maybe just notifying the owner of the site or your head, your chief or whatever. Anyway, what the guy found was a very rotten body. Some newspaper tried to report that it's a woman or it's a foreigner, but actually the police said that they are unable to identify until they wait for the DNA result. So now they already sent the remains to the Central Institute of Forensic Science to get the result later, but it's so they think that the body was dumped there probably a month ago already. So that's why it's so badly rotten and badly deformed. But along with the body, they found some remains of the clothing that they're able to say that it's a brand name clothing.
Okay.
So I guess there will be that's just part of the evidence, but no ID or anything yet. So hopefully after they get result back from the Central Institute of Forensic Science, they'll be able to tell. This happened in Chachoengsao province at Plang Yao district. The road that I told you guys that it was under renovation expansion is the highway number 331 at Nong Pla Tapien Plang Yao in the Hua Samrong sub-district. Not too far from Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah, another body found. Interesting, no?
Very interesting indeed. And of course, at this point, we're probably going to hear more about this for sure, because apparently, you know, it seems like one after another, and I believe that people at this point should know by now that you cannot cover your mistakes or your guilt at this point. All right, move on to another incident. Obviously, this particular incident involved, like I say, confiscated brand names. And this is, if you heard about Rong Kluea Market, you will know that normally they have these second-hand goods. But at this point, apparently they're also fake brand names as well. Not to advertise for them, just so you know that there are some arrest warrants involved and there are a lot of arrests that will be made. Now on August 30th at this point, so a few days back, the police were able to confiscate a lot of fake brand names. Now this is in 100% Rong Kluea Market in Nakhon Nayok province, as well as in Rong Kluea Market that located in Sa Kaeo province. So apparently there's different locations of the Rong Kluea Market, different branches. The police were able to confiscate 6,000 items of the brand names altogether. So you're looking at purses, as well as eye sunglasses and such. And this worth about 5 million baht, along with 10 sellers altogether. These people will face 4 years jail term, as well, or no more than 400,000 baht fee, or both. Now in the Rapuri province, there were also a confiscation of the CDs and DVDs, as well as pornography, that about 4,940 of them altogether, which worth more than 3 million baht. And this is actually in Kam Nan Lak Market. with 5 of the sellers that were arrested. So be very, very careful if you buy all these goods. Obviously, the police are cracking down on these because these are the items that obviously not yours. They have copyright, so be very careful if you would like to get a hold of the fake brand names because you might get arrested and such.
Right.
All right.
So another case, another murder case that we have been reporting since couple months ago.
Yeah, it's quite a big case too because remember when we first started, we did not think that it was going to be this long either.
Right.
We thought that he went missing.
It started off with the missing person reported, and they finally caught this one guy that used to work for the victim as a driver.
Right.
And the news keep coming up because there was a rumor or the news leak that he was confessing to the crime and he was just gonna overturn his confessing and things like that.
Exactly.
And finally, yesterday, everybody called this suspect in short as Bond, because it's his nickname. Bond just said that he is not saying whether he will confirm his confession or not. Suddenly change of turn, and he admit that there was a female attorney that seen him, met with him, so I guess it's a new lawyer.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But he didn't say much, but he wants the journalist to actually check her history, whether she used to work with someone.
Oh, like Kun Bon wants the reporter to do this for him?
I don't know.
Interesting request.
And for the lawyer of Bon, the current lawyer, which is the name is Suwat, said that Bond actually doesn't trust the police anymore with all this proceeding and evidence fighting and all that stuff. But district attorney actually said that they have enough evidence to actually should be able to convict Bond for this murder.
Right.
But there's like CCTV camera and all that stuff. So I think even though he wants to overturn his confession, I think it's pretty solid.
I believe that I read this news. I remember with the whole overturn of confession was that the lawyer of Kun Akeyuth's family was the one that actually came out and said that Kun Bon told him all about, he was hired by people in uniform and stuff.
I think the lawyer of family of Kun Akeyuth was trying to make a case that it's political influence.
Yeah, that's why this became like such a big deal. And plus, if he changed the confession, that's implicate people in uniform. So you open like another can of worms. So that's why this became, a lot of people are looking at this to see whether or not he would change his confession.
But it's just strange that he didn't deny or confirm whether he's gonna change his confession.
Right. Well, at this point, I think that, it's safe to say that it's not safe for him anymore.
Right.
Whatever he said at this point.
And he has a right to not trusting police officer.
Yeah. All right. Move on to another case. Now, this one involved police officer as well, Kun Tulip, but of course we never really report about it due to the fact that it happened exactly a year ago. Can you imagine? September 3rd.
That's interesting.
2012. So, last year, exactly 1 year as of today. And they say that what happened was that this involved the Red Bull heir. So we're talking about rich people. A lot of people are looking at this and say that, well, this particular person, Kun Warayut Yu Withaya or Kun Boss, his nickname is Boss. He's 28 years old. He's a son of Kun Chalerm Yu Withaya, which is the owner of Red Bull. And at this point, a year ago, they said that early in the morning, he actually used his Ferrari. Well, it was an accident, but the problem was the person that he hit and run was a policeman, Vichian Glan Prasert, age 47, and it belongs to Thong Law Police Station. They say that the Ferrari actually dragged the body for 200 meters, and it took place in the Sukhumvit 49, Soi Sukhumvit 49 of Wattana district. So at this point, a lot of people are actually, want to see how this court appearance would turn out, because it was a court hearing yesterday, and apparently Kun Warayut Yuvittaya did not show up. However, his lawyer came with a doctor's certificate showing that he was actually sick in Singapore right now. So he's out of the country. They said that...
How can a person on bail can just fly out?
Well, apparently
That's interesting,
this is not
it?
the first time that he handed in doctor, the doctor
certificate
documents either. Because on the 26th of August, when they requested that he would be there, he handed in another doctor's certificate saying that he's sick. But that one was from the hospital in Pathum Thani area. But this time is from the Singapore hospital, and they said that he was suffering fever. So he cannot traveling back. Technically, when you're suffering fever, sometimes you can still travel. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's really, really high temperature fever that he couldn't.
Must have been very, very high. Now, of course, Kun Warayut faces charges of causing death through reckless driving and failing to stop and assist the victims, obviously. Additional charge of speeding, however, was dropped as the legal time frame within which to press the charge already expires on Tuesday. So somehow he got away with one of them, but a lot of people were actually at this point looking at this particular case to make sure that something would be done. Obviously, a lot of people accuse the police as well as legal system here in Thailand of being too lenient toward people with money and connections. And families of the victim has already been paid $97,000 after the accident.
Okay.
And just to give you a tip, Yuvittaya family actually ranked 4th richest family in 2013 by Forbes magazine. So yeah, not that it's related to the hit and run, but just give you an idea.
Fact.
Exactly. Just give you an idea that sometimes life is just seriously not fair.
True.
Seriously not fair. But hopefully something will be done about this, because it's not just here in Thailand that people are looking at this case. Apparently a lot of foreign media are looking at it as well.
When it's involved Red Bull, which is one of the biggest energy drink brand of the world.
Exactly, and the hit and run of the policeman.
Yeah, not much people are going to be happy if the court case didn't get anywhere, and it has been a year. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back. We have an update on the para rubber farmer protest and also
the Tony Blair's and what we got out of the meeting yesterday. So please stay tuned.